The most important person in the whole wide world is you, and you hardly even know you. The most important person in the whole wide world is you. Come on, we'll show you. Let's find out more about the things you feel and do, 'cause you're the most important person in the world to you.
Luisa Piccarretta tells us that she suffered greatly and she made many sacrifices. And how did she do this? Well, it seems that she wrote. She wrote a lot. And here are some examples of the sacrifices she mentions in her diary. I was writing the hours of the Passion. I thought to myself, how many sacrifices to write these blessed hours of the Passion, especially to put on paper certain interior acts that had passed only between me and Jesus. Then she wrote, "It is true, I feel the sacrifice of writing, but for love of you, I will do everything." And then, after having remained almost an entire night with writing, I felt worn out of strength, and I thought to myself, how many sacrifices, how much it cost me, this blessed writing. And then she said that Jesus said, "I thank you that you let yourself to receive my lessons and make the sacrifice of writing under my dictation." Luisa writes, "Here I am again, at the great sacrifice of beginning to write yet another volume." And she added, "After I had written for quite a while, my sweet Jesus came out from within my interior, and taking my face into his hands, he told me, 'My daughter, I want to pay you for the sacrifice of writing that you made.'" Luisa wrote, "While writing, I was thinking to myself, how many sacrifices in order to write, how many nights of vigil, how much time employed. After this, I thought of the great sacrifice of writing, my repugnances, the struggles that I have undergone in order to put pen to paper." Certainly it must have been challenging for Luisa to write so much. She wrote a staggering 5,512 pages in her diary. And we can put this into perspective by comparing her to another fantasy writer, J.K. Rowling. Rowling's entire Harry Potter series only amounts to 3,500 pages, which pales in comparison to the 5,512 pages of Luisa. So Luisa wrote a lot and tells us that it was a great sacrifice. While I wrote, I felt the weight of the great sacrifice of writing and offered it to my dear Jesus in order to obtain that the divine will might be known, wanted, and loved by everyone. But this last quote is most interesting and is most telling. After I wrote what is written in these past days, my mind was still molested by fears and doubts. Maybe it was not true that blessed Jesus had told me so many things, but rather they were the fruit of my imagination. But if it was not Jesus, these will be writings without life, empty of light and of good. So why make the sacrifice of writing? So it seems that Luisa had an inkling that her writing wasn't from God, as she seemed to realize if it didn't come from God, and it most certainly didn't, it would be empty of light. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be back again within a week with another one. But in the meantime, please check out my Facebook page and my Twitter page. Every day I post additional content that you won't find on this YouTube channel. And also, please pray for the church.
The most important person in the whole wide world is you, and you hardly even know you. The most important person in the whole wide world is you. Come on, we'll show you. Let's find out more about the things you feel and do, 'cause you're the most important person in the world to you.